All right, Gia, my dear friend Gia. Today is September the 25th, 2024. You reached out to me yesterday, Gia, and asked me to connect with your beautiful daughter, Courtney, who is a most beautiful soul, an angel in heaven. As you already know, Courtney is one of my most valuable assets to my own soul and my own life, as she has become quite a guru to me as a soul sister. And she, as an angel, has led me to so many beautiful places over the past many years, as I know she has also led you, Gia, to so many beautiful places. Your daughter knows the pain that you have, she cannot take away. That pain that you have is real, and you are meant to feel it, because your love for your daughter will remain real for the rest of all eternity, here in this life, as well as when you meet your daughter, when heaven calls you home, Gia. Last night, on the 24th of September, I began to connect to Courtney and was having a really good little, soul-to-soul chat, me in my barn at nighttime with my flock, all quiet and in bedtime. And then a big storm came out of nowhere, and it was like, and I just love that when I say, to any angel or any soul or any spirit, BRB, like, I'll be right back, they're always just like, okay. I mean, it is impossible for us to relate to the very real reality that there is no time in heaven, and the very real reality that is what life here revolves around, is time. That is what we survive on, live by, and everything. So heaven does have a sense of humor. Your daughter has a sense of humor. I know from what you've shared, and I know from what I've learned from Courtney's soul without ever knowing Courtney in her life here, in this life. She's funny. She's hysterical. She's a riot. I'm truly blessed to be able to share such time with your beautiful daughter. You're a very good mama. You raised your daughter well. You really did, Gia. Don't ever forget that, and don't ever forget that once a mother, always a mother. You will always be Courtney's mama. Last night when I connected with Courtney, usually what I'll do is I'll say, it's like I was like 7:08 p.m. I'm looking at my notes here. And, I kind of just reach out. I'm like, hey, Courtney, it's me, Natalie. Like, I'm here, and I mean, Spirit's always there. So we don't have to sequester Spirit, so to speak. We don't have to, wait around forever. I called out to my sister and I haven't heard from her in like hours, No, if you call out to Spirit, it should be pretty much immediately. And when it's not immediately, it's because your mind is still playing tricks on you and getting involved in kind of, not allowing your soul to receive. We all do have a soul, and we all in this life, Gia, can learn to utilize our soul. I love to share with people that I knew I had a soul. We all have a soul, but it's like, where is the soul? Like, what exactly is a soul? It's invisible. It was when I met Jesus at the age of 48 years old that I was like, oh, so that's my soul. Oh, okay. Whole different venue. We got our mind, our body, and our soul. Our mind is one entity, our body is another entity, and our soul is our third entity. Remember, the number 3 always is very significant of heaven, and that's also what Courtney loves to bring up, the number 3, as recently she was bringing up the whole clover thing, showing me specifically 3-leaf clovers, not the good luck 4. That put us on a great treasure hunt where we discovered that only clovers can grow 4 leaves. Shamrocks can only grow 3. Shamrocks and clovers, well, they're the same thing, aren't they? Shamrocks can also have variations of color to them, I believe, or vice versa, one or the other. But the clover is the only one that can have 4 leaves. Courtney was very specific about this 3-leaf clover, and as you remember, I'm driving on the interstate, like 2 or 3 days later after this connection with Courtney, and this giant, I'm talking brand new, all white tractor trailer, 18-wheeler truck passes me, and it has a giant 3-leaf clover, green as can be, you know, and it's like clover transit. Keep in mind, these moments such as that I had, you have them too, we all do. Many of us in life, Gia, like to call those coincidence, you know, oh, that was just a chance happening, you know, that was just coincidence. Indeed, there are coincidences, as I learned recently from watching Tyler Henry, who's a world-renowned psychic medium. He was talking about, you know, you know what? Did you just see me just lose my... I'm with my mind right now, okay? My soul is always open. Let me just explain. This is part of my biggest thing with giving messages now, is I need to explain. I feel a need to explain how I'm receiving these messages. So I already just told you, I connected with Courtney last night, okay? As well as today. As I'm sitting here right now at the, I don't know, 12:30 p.m. hour, I would Chip, why are you just pecking my boot? You need to get some exercise. Come on, Chip. I'm explaining to you, this is kind of the opening still. Courtney, Spirit loves to see us kind of, people like me, do like the little opening spiel, you know, and that's our way of soothing our own mind, body, and soul mind, and allowing my soul to just kind of, you know, open up more and kind of like tell my mind to like, you know what, why don't you just come back here a little bit, Natalie, you know, for now. It is important to say that, of course, I have to utilize my mind as well as my body to decipher and deliver such messages. Well, who's going to write the words? Who's going to speak the words? That's my mind and my body. I do find it beautiful, as I've shared with you and my mother and many others in life, that there are absolute moments where I know the words are my own. There are times when the words are clearly my own, but definitely had some help there. You know, and then, you know, there are times where I'm just like, those are like not even my words. Where did this come from? So this is why you can't have a 10-year-old delivering such messages to life from angels in heaven or any other entity, you know, from another universe, which I refer to as heaven. You have to live life to learn the language. Nobody, I believe, no 3-year-old, no 7-year-old, no 5-year-old is walking around delivering messages from angels in such ways, okay? Yes, they can see them and all of that, but no. It takes a lifetime to learn. I have been learning aware way more than half my life. Unaware, probably my entire life. Learning the language of heaven. Last night, now Courtney's like, okay, go back. Courtney, she's here, okay? And when I say she's here, I don't see Courtney. I don't feel anything physical right now on me. I don't think anything. My mind is still operating now. I don't think anything. It's a knowing, okay? It's a soul knowing. And the truth is, well, I didn't even know my soul till I was 48, you know? So we don't really know our souls because it's untouchable. It's not tangible. It's not real if we can't see it, right? And this is why so many people in life have a problem believing in such messages from Spirit, even when there's times where there's no doubt, you know, in whatever ways. I hope this continues to help you understand, because really my soul life purpose is to, number one, be utilized by heaven to deliver such messages. It is also to share with life that Natalie's not really all that special. We are all special, and heaven does want us all to be able to, in our own learned ways, with our own ways of yearning or seeking such trinkets and treasures and signs and numbers and, you know, butterflies and cardinals and all that good stuff each day. It's really up to us how we choose to embrace and dive into the spirit world, the world of heaven and of angels. Chip, do you want to come sit on my shoulder? Chip, she doesn't want to be a bird. Courtney showed me the first vision last night. I just looked, I go, it's 10 minutes in. Nobody wants these 30 messages. 30-minute messages. I get that. I understand that. Let me jump right in, okay? The first thing Courtney did last night, she's laughing now. I don't hear it in my ears. It's a feeling, and it's a vision without any sight, okay? It's a vision I believe I'm receiving through my soul, or what some people call your third eye. I don't feel either of these things internally or in any other way. And yet, it's an absolute vision in certain things that I do receive that are not with my normal five senses. She showed me. I connected with her at 7:08 p.m. I reached out to her at 7:08 p.m. At 7:11 p.m., 3 minutes later, I hear laughter from Courtney. And immediately I get a vision of your typical classic 7-Eleven, food market stores. It's on every corner, everywhere, gas station. 7-Eleven, Oh, her laughter grew so big at that point, Gia. I was feeling very strongly that you all have shared many moments in her life with you. Perhaps on road trips or beach trips or shopping adventures or whatever. But 7-Eleven was a fun venue for the two of you, I do feel. And her laughter and bringing this up actually gave me a physical warmth, in my chest area here, that's love. 7-Eleven, laughter and love. Last night I was wearing a little black hat. I don't know how to explain it. I call it my Paris hat because it's just like a little, I don't know, it's like just a little hat, and it's like just a little thing here. It's not a cowboy hat. And your daughter, Courtney, in spirit had me feel that you have a black hat that's kind of like what I refer to as my Paris hat. She did show me a vision of you wearing a hat like this. And when she gave me this vision of you wearing the hat, you were also doing like a little, it was Perry, like a funny face. It was beautiful. She then gave me a vision also last night, Gia, of a mother. I couldn't see a face. I don't believe it was meant to be anybody. This was a vision of message, okay? There's many ways that Spirit delivers messages through us. And usually when I can't see a face, that indicates that it's somebody who's here in life, like it would mean it's you. But there are other times when I don't see a face, if there's not that other connecting factor in my soul, I'm meant to believe this is not you, okay? I hope that makes sense. My mother continues to tell me, Natalie, you're deep. I said, Mom, I'm not deep. There's no depth to me. It's like I'm like just an open vessel. And so I am, as many think, and I used to think most of my life all over the place. The reality is I am all over the place because I'm receiving all over and from all over the place. Courtney showed me a vision of a mother swaddling like a little newborn baby, like a little burrito, a taquito, when they wrap them up real tight and, hey, here's your baby, And at that moment, Gia, Courtney's, being, a vision of you, just her being like this length, appeared somewhere in my being. And she stared directly into my eyes. Okay, and this happens often, and whenever Spirit and Courtney as well stare into my eyes, that is when they are wanting to deliver very strong message through me to you. Does that make sense? All this is for you. But when an angel looks me in my eyes from heaven and I'm on earth and is delivering a message, I know that is very important. As she looked into my eyes at that moment, I was filled with, goosebumps everywhere all over my body, and again, that warmth in my chest. And I actually saw Courtney. She was kind of like rocking back and forth, like this is her way of showing you her love for you, number one, as being her mother in this life. And she has taken on a different role from heaven as now your angel daughter. Your angel daughter has grown up, she will continue to grow up as we all do. There is no end to life in heaven, and so it's just a constant learning every day in ways that we can't possibly live here in this life. She's very maternal. And she was showing me that vision to let you know that she is in her own ways finding ways to swaddle you, to wrap you up tight, to show you love. The big storm came in at that point. I was like, Courtney, BRB, and she was just like, sure. Okay. I think I saw her do a cartwheel actually, and there was like a weird rainbow around a sun in the vision behind it. Weird rainbow around a sun. Like, it was just weird. A lot of times I see visions like that and I'm like, okay, that's heaven right there, because, heaven is different. In fact, heaven is a little bit crazy when you think about it, because we don't understand it. And isn't that what classifies crazy people in life? We don't understand them, so they're crazy. Right? I mean, kind of. Heaven is crazy in those ways, because we can't understand, because there's literally no validation of scientific, evidence or proof. When we learn to trust our souls, when we learn to fall in love with our own selves, our own beings, that is when we begin to knowingly receive in such knowing ways. So, this afternoon I got back from my errands and I sat down, okay, Courtney, I'm ready to connect, and she's like, well, okay. I mean, like, she's right there. Like, it doesn't take any time. And at that point on my barn Alexa, you hear my music in the background right now, my barn Alexa came on. And the song was by Cyndi Lauper, True Colors. And I see your true colors shining through. See your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Okay? That's for you, Gia, from your daughter. She wants you to show your true colors. She showed me that rainbow last night and had me hear that song today. Everything is a continuation, remember that. Courtney's messages for you have no ending. There is no ending. It is eternal. So every time I connect with Courtney for you, it is a continuation, which is why she will continue to, as well as all of heaven continues to bring up the same things over and over again, because those are the very basis, the very foundation of what heaven wants us in life to receive these messages with the awareness and learning and knowing to embrace and be aware, to be aware. It seems so simple, That's a beautiful song. I love that Courtney, as well as most every spirit I've ever connected with, I believe all spirit utilizes such life as music, Hey, heaven utilizes Hollywood, TV shows. If you're ever watching a show and you see something on the show and you're like, oh my God, that just happened to be today in my life. That's so crazy. That's so weird, Be aware of this as well, because that is what people will call coincidence. As I was saying earlier, there is a difference between coincidence and divine coincidence. Whenever any coincidence captures your attentions in a way that has some sort of a meaning to you, you give it further thought. That is beyond a coincidence. That is a divine coincidence. And you should absolutely pay attention to every divine coincidence in your life. That is when your synchronicities will begin to appear in beautiful ways as well. Courtney loves me, Gia, because she knows that you relate to the ways that I share, not only her spirit, that you relate to how to connect with your daughter. And you do, in your own ways. Your own newly, several years now learning ways to connect. I am most grateful to be a part of this journey with you, as well as I'm most grateful that you are a part of my own journeys and continuing to learn to decipher the language of heaven, Gia. So after the song True Colors came on, she did remind me, it's awareness. Mom, awareness. Mom, mama, mama. She actually right now just came in right there. She's like, would you go and pick a 3-leaf clover and put it in a book? I don't know. She wants you to put it in like wax paper and put it in a book. And then she's laughing because I can see her now. This is right now. I can see this within my being, okay? Like she's going out into a field and she's picking a 3-leaf clover and she's like, you know, she puts it in a book with wax paper, which is funny because I was just talking about that with my mom. This is weird. This is crazy. See, this is crazy. And now, so she, in this vision, she goes back out. Okay, I gotta show you. I have clovers here everywhere, okay? So she goes out and she picks, you know, she's like, ooh, you know, and she puts it in a book, whatever. And then she comes back out and she very carefully picks one leaf and she comes over and she puts, okay, this is also what I mean and what I shared with you recently. Courtney had me just do this, all of this. Had me. What does that mean? She didn't ask me to do anything. She didn't say, hey, Natalie, by the way, could you bend over and show my mama what this vision is? She had me do it. I can't really explain it all, but I do share what I am learning on my own. That was wild. I don't even know what that means. This becomes, again, part of your trinkets and treasures, Gia, your treasure hunt. It's up to you. You know, Gia continues to remind you, it is up to you, mama, to create your own fairy tale life each and every day. Fairy tales are not just for Hollywood or books or for reading to children at bedtime. Fairy tales are meant to be lived, and they can be. We create the fairy tales. And not all fairy tales have all happy endings and good stuff and all of that, you know. But they are a beautiful way to live. And Courtney continues to lead you to, she's like, you get it, you know, she wants you to go on a hike. She wants you to literally, physically go on a hike in the woods somewhere. I don't know, you got woods near you. I can see them in a vision right now. Somewhere up the road from you, there's a patch of woods. She wants you to go on like a little adventure, not a hike like up a mountain. She wants you. I know you said you were worshiping that God tree. I hope you still are, Gia. That God tree in your property is very special. Okay, she also, at one point she had me smell, literally physically through my own nose. I'm here in my barn right now. I smell a lot of things. There was no reason for me to be smelling burnt popcorn. I don't know what that means to you. This is part of your breadcrumbs. They go, we want some of that burnt popcorn. She also had me feel like there's a stray cat that I know you at one point were feeding a stray cat. I don't know if it's the same one or if there's a new one or something. I don't feel it was your cat. I feel it was a stray cat. And she had me feel like you're feeding this stray cat at nighttime. And she was saying that this cat represents your soul's love for life. And Courtney wants you to embrace what you feel. Courtney wants you to remember. Courtney wants you to be aware of the moments that you do feel love. She wants you to know that when you're feeding that stray cat, that is feeling love. It is an act of love. Courtney wants you to focus, literally. She's coming in again right now and she's doing this to me. She's like, yes, yes, yes. This is what she's doing right now. Yes, she wants you to become aware of what it feels like to love. Again. Okay, she knows you do love. We all love. She goes, you know, love is there. Love is real. She wants you to be aware of it. She knows that when you begin to become aware of the moments that you do feel love, like feeding a stray cat, you will begin to see an overabundance of all the ways that you do love life. Wow, that's pretty beautiful. She showed me a vision of a yellow and black butterfly. At one point, I wasn't sure if that was from my mind or not, because I had also, before I connected with Courtney, right before I connected with her, was walking through my field and saw a most bizarre looking caterpillar that I'd never seen before. And I looked it up on Google, and it was a swallowtail butterfly, which is yellow and black. So be aware of the yellow and black butterflies in particular, and know that if you do see one anywhere, whether it's a real one or a tattoo or on somebody's t-shirt or something, that is Courtney winking at you from heaven. She also gave me a vision of you, Gia, kicking a trash can, okay? Yeah, I'm so mad, you know. It was like, okay, I knew it was you. I'm not saying that you did this recently, although you might have, I'm not sure, and that's okay if you have. That's beautiful, actually, if you have. I feel that this vision of you kicking a trash can was Courtney's way of encouraging you, emphasizing your need to release a lot of what you continue to just hold on to inside of you, Gia. Kicking a trash can is not hurting anybody else, is it? And if it's not hurting you, if you're not kicking it so hard, you know, that you're breaking your foot, but you're just, stupid trash can, boom, you know? You're not kicking a chicken. You're not kicking an animal. You're not kicking your husband. You know, kicking a trash can, that's a great way to get, you know, to release your energies. I thank you for that as well, Courtney, because I may start kicking trash cans as an alternate means to releasing my own emotions. She also had me here inside of me, not through my real ears. Remember, when I'm connecting with spirit, none of this is through my natural 5 born with senses, okay? Of sight, taste, sound, smell, and touch. They're internal from my soul. I said, I heard the sounds of football on the TV. I felt the feelings of, you know, family. And, well, popcorn, maybe that's the burnt popcorn too, I don't know. She shows me a vision of you also holding a teddy bear wearing I want to say it's a blue and white or dark blue or maybe even black. I really can't tell. It's a dark room that I'm seeing you in right now. A football jersey, very big on you, this jersey. Gia, you're wearing it and you're holding a stuffed animal teddy bear. So these are things for you to be aware of. Lastly, it's a 30-minute video. That's so long. I know, I'm sorry. Yet I'm not sorry. Remember that. I will not apologize for the length of these spirit messages ever, because, well, they're very divine and special and real. And your daughter happens to be a big talker just like me. So, you know, getting it cut down into 30 minutes for a video is a big deal for me. But to be honest with you, these visions, when they come through, take maybe mere seconds. The last thing she gave me a vision of was your bedroom again. She loves your bedroom. We know this. I saw bedding, a blanket. I don't know if it was a comforter or a blanket. It doesn't matter the color of it, although it did appear to be white. And then there was a big black stripe that went down, definitely a black stripe. It went down the middle of this blanket, okay? So you've got a pillow here and a pillow here, and here's the blanket, and so a stripe that went down the middle. I kind of did one of these things, you know, furrowed brow. Courtney was like, stop, don't think, Natalie. Furrowed brow means thought, right? When I'm connecting with the soul, there's no emotion involved within my end. It's from up there. She was showing me this line down the middle of your blanket, Gia, to signify, to deliver to you a message. She wants you to know that she lives parallel to you. She lives side by side. She can't cross that line, you know. The black dividing line, you know. But she still loves to, as she showed me, climb into bed with you at night. She does spoon you. S-P-O-O-N. She curls up with you. She pokes you. She plays with you. She does this on your back. You know. She's very silly. She's very young, youthful. A young spirit, indeed. Oh, how I love your daughter. And I wish nothing more for you than to be a proud mother, proud mama. You raised your daughter beautifully. Your daughter is where she is meant to be, and I know that's not where you want her to be. Everyone in life can understand that. That is very real. And there's no buts about it. It's not but where she is. There's no buts about it with heaven. Where your daughter is as an angel, her soul in heaven is doing beautiful, beautiful work all over the world, beyond humans. She is a very busy, busy angel. She's always sending her love, as am I. Thank you, Gia. I hope everything is going well, and thank you for reaching out to me. I love, love, love you all.